Okay, so for this fly, we are going to be using, that is a Mustad 34007 stainless steel hook. If you're not fishing in salt or brackish water, you do not need to use a stainless steel hook, but I do, so I fish stainless steel hooks. And that's the hook we're going to be tying on today. For the tail of this fly, our lizard tail, is going to be barred saddle hackle and chartreuse. This is from Montana Fly Company. And this is also from Montana Fly Company. I like to put in some of this Limitless ultraviolet chartreuse fish flash. So I mix that in with my saddle hackles. So that's my tail. My legs are going to be right here, centipede legs, also from Montana Fly Company. And these are medium, and they're speckled yellow and olive. You can use whatever color you like. I don't think it makes a big difference. The body of this fly is going to be ultra chenille, chartreuse, and then a little bit of pink ultra chenille, which simulates the throat of the green anole. Those are my two underbody materials. And then for my actual foam body, I'm going to use 2mm foam. I'm going to use a strip of chartreuse and a strip of tan. Tan will be underneath the chartreuse, so you see the chartreuse from the top. I like to use 2 strips because it helps the bug float. And then for eyeballs, let me see if I can find my eyes real quick that we're going to use. These are going to be our eyeballs right here. And these are Hopple Z red eyes, also from Montana Fly Company. They're 4mm, and I don't know if they make them anymore. I got these on a clearance deal from them. So those are the materials we're going to use. For thread, we're going to use, again, this is also Montana Fly Company, 6/0 green thread. You can use whatever thread you like to tie with. All right, well, let's get started on the pattern. All right, so we're just going to start by rolling some thread on the hook to get started. And I'm just going to roll this thread back to the bend of the hook, and then I'll come forward a little bit and then go back. And again, if you've watched me tie flies, I don't like my thread to be uniform. I want it to be lumpy and bumpy underneath all of my material because I think it holds better that way. And it keeps the material from spinning around. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clump of my Limitless fish flash. Again, this is ultraviolet chartreuse. And I'm going to take a modest clump, not too much. The reason I use this stuff is so it flows in the water, and maybe it looks like the tail of an anole that might have fallen in the water off the sawgrass or off a tree or a bush or something. So just a modest amount. Typically it's going to be like 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 of tail. And I'm not going to worry about all this excess material right now. It's not an issue at this point. We're going to end up covering up everything anyway. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so we tie in our Limitless. And yeah, I'll go ahead and just get rid of some of this. And then the next step is I'm going to take 2 of these barred saddle hackles. So 2 of them. Get them relatively even. They don't have to be perfect. I'm not that guy. And I'm just going to trim them down. Okay. Those are a little long. Okay. So I'm going to remove some of the fibers at the base of the feather. And then I'm going to tie it in split. Kind of tarpon fly style. But I'm going to tighten them up here at the back. Okay. Now at this point, if you want to put some head cement or glue on there, that's fine. But we're not going to do that. Okay, so that's my tail. Does it look like a lizard tail? Maybe, maybe not, but it works, and that's all I'm concerned with. And now I am going to take my foam. So I have 2 strips of foam, 1 tan and 1 chartreuse. So I'm going to stack them. And I am going to tie them with the tan on the bottom. And I'm going to leave some of this hanging over the back of the hook. The more foam, the better the fly is going to float. So if you've worked with foam, you know the program. I like to wrap a couple of wraps in front of this tie down spot and then go back over. I think it keeps the foam from turning and slipping on you. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to taper, and I could have done this before I tied it on, but I'm just going to taper this foam in the back, get the pointy edges off of it. So that's what we're looking at right there. See that? Okay. All right. Next step. I'm going to tie in some chenille for my underbody. Okay. So this is the first part of my underbody, which is going to be chenille, ultra chenille, and chartreuse. Okay. And I'm going to make a wrap and a half. Okay. And then I'm just going to tie that off, and I'm going to leave it right where it is. Okay, the next step is my legs. I take 2 full rubber legs, and I'm going to tie a knot in both ends. And I'll spare you that. I'm going to skip through that, and I'll show you the results when I'm done. Okay, so I've tied one end, and then this is the looped end, and I'm just going to cut this loop. We'll end up trimming all this later. But this is going to be 1 set of legs. These will be the rear legs. Let me pull this out of the way. And we're going to loop this over the top like so. And then we're going to tie our legs in. And I'm going to kind of figure 8 them in place. But then I want to tie them so that they're pointing back a little bit. So I'm just going to build a little thread dam down here. And then I'll also use the chenille. Oops. So to pull those back. Okay. Bring my thread forward a little bit here. I want a little more chenille on there. Okay. So I'm going to tie off my chenille like so. Now, if you've ever seen these anoles, these green anoles, let's see if I got too much. I might have too much. There we go. That's better light, I think. There, that's better. They have a pink throat bottom that they will use to attract their mate. So I'm going to tie in a little bit of pink right here. We're going to end up just doing a couple of turns with that pink. Tie that in, and now I'm going to tie in my second set of legs. So we're going to repeat what we did with the first set of legs. Tie both our ends down. And turn them into feet, and then we'll figure it out how long we want them. All right, so we've got our front legs and feet, and we are going to tie these in same way. Get them kind of centered up. Okay. And then use figure 8 wraps to get them semi-straight. And again, I'm going to help position these with this pink chenille. Okay, so those are now secured. And we're going to do a couple wraps of pink chenille here. Just a couple. Keep it pretty low profile. And then one in front of these legs. Actually like 1.5. I should have cut a little longer piece. Let me get my hackle pliers, hang on. Okay. So like a wrap and a half. Then I'm going to tie off this chenille. Okay. Boom. Finish tying that. Cut off my excess. Be careful not to cut your thread. And then we're going to pull our foam forward. And we are going to tie this down. Now, at this point, I could put some kind of synthetic fish hair or something to help this be more visible and float, but you see this fly. I'm going to trim off the head up here, like so, and I'm going to just kind of taper these edges. I'll show you this in a second. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. So a little taper. Now it's time to put the eyeballs on. Okay, let me grab my eyeballs. Bear with me. And we're going to hit it with the UV to put them in, secure them in place. Again, these are Montana Fly Company. I got these on, they were clearance. I paid like nothing for them, like a quarter for the package or something. Hopple Z is what they are. So I don't know if you can still get them from them or not. But they glue on. They're kind of cool. They're adhesive on the back. So let's see if we can get these on there. Looking decent. I mean, does the fish actually see these? I don't think so. But it makes the fly look cool. And they're plastic, so they're super durable. And I'll show you the final product here in a second. So again, I'm just going to move these around to where I want them with my bobbin here. Oops. Okay, that's pretty close. All right, there's my eyeballs. And what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to take some UV cement from Loon. Put them on the eyeballs. Get it kind of uniform. And then we're going to pop that with our UV light. And now there's no way those are coming off of there. One thing I like about this fly is, you know, I fish it as a topwater. And the way the head is turned up on this, and I can accentuate that even more when I finish the fly if I want. But it's meant to, we fish this fly on the surface, and then when you strip it, this upward angled foam for the head creates some commotion when you pop it. So you give it a couple of pops and let it sit so it looks like a struggling lizard. That's it, man. Let me, I think I can whip finish that, no problem. Let's see. Let's see if we can get the whip finisher in there without wrecking everything. I just started using this whip finisher not long ago, and it's okay. Actually, I'm going to build that up a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to half hitch this. I got a little fuzz going right there. Okay. Okay. So that's our fly. Done. Actually not done. Let me trim the feet. I got really long feet on here, so I'm going to cut those down. Surprised these scissors still cut. I've had them for probably 25 years. Okay, so that is the finished product. That's your green anole right there. And in the last part of this video, I'm going to show you how I fish it down in South Florida. This is the last time I was fishing this bug, so in January. Okay, that's the green anole, and it crushes panfish and bass. Anything else that'll take topwater, but redfish would crush this thing. If I can find redfish that are eating on the topwater bites. So, hope you enjoyed that tie. Tie some up. Let me know how they work for you. That is the LG Green Anole. And enjoy this fish in action. Oh, come on. I wonder if these are early. Oh, here we go. Wonder if they're early bedded up peacock bass. Nice. Well, it looks like, yeah, it is. Peacock. Topwater. Sweet. Haha. Right on. Oh, look at that. And he popped off. He broke my fly off. Is what he did. All right. Well, last morning, first time I've really gotten to fish out here. Or been motivated to fish out here. And yeah, we hooked the peacock bass on the green anole. Another exclusive forgotten angler pattern. That was kind of cool. Oh my goodness gracious. Was that the best peacock bass eat ever? That was amazing. Out of the water. I'm gonna say there's a big soft shell turtle out there. I'm gonna say the green anole is a hit. Yeah, baby. Oh, nice. That was the best peacock bass eat I think I've ever had. Pretty good fish too, yeah. Yes, sir. That's a good one. That's a good one right there. That's a good one. Whoa. That's a good one. Yeah. There. Putting you back in, dude. That was great. All right, gang. I hope you enjoyed that video. Not only the fly, but the fly in use and actually working well. and landing a big old peacock bass on that. So that's the LG green anole pattern, and you've seen me talking about it, I know, on the channel, and I just wanted to show you how I tie that thing. It's a unique pattern. I don't think anybody else ties anything like it, so it works great for bass, all bass, anything that'll eat topwater will eat this green anole because they see it as a lizard, small lizard that's fallen off the bank, a bush, a tree, the sawgrass, or the wind is blowing it into the water, and they get after it. All right. Thanks for checking in, folks. If you like that, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and please leave comments. If you have any questions about anything, just leave them below, and I'll answer you immediately, usually. Thanks for checking in, guys. Larry G, the Forgotten Angler. I'm out. See you on the sand or out on the water.